The first terrestrial television broadcast signals in Africa started in Nigeria on October 31, 1959, making Nigeria the first country to introduce television broadcasting in Africa.
Few events in my life have given me so much pleasure. I have to come before you tonight to open formally the first television network in Africa.
The country was in the forefront of television broadcasting way before even many European countries. 60 years after the commencement of television broadcasting in Nigeria, the nation is on the verge of another television milestone, the analog switch-off, following the eventual switch-on of digital television in the country. With a population of over 200 million people, Nigerians today largely rely on pay TV, which is estimated to be available to less than 5% of households and delivered at an exorbitant cost. In the year 2014, the Nigerian government, through the National Broadcasting Commission (NBC), in compliance with the International Telecommunications Union (ITU) collective agreement, sought for competent backbone operators in the transition from analog to digital television broadcasting. And after competitive bidding, Pinnacle Communications Limited became the only licensed private broadcast signal distributor engaged to midwife Nigeria's debut into the world of digital broadcasting, towering above others in the quest for the digital switchover (DSO) from analog to digital terrestrial television (DTT).
Digital broadcasting is going to change the face of television in our country forever. The Nigerian government, through the NBC, is committed to taking advantage of the digital economy to open up accesses for Nigeria's young people to create new content that can help to reinforce patriotic commitment to national development.
Driven by fundamental understanding of its revolutionary technological and socio-economic benefits, the transition from analog to digital terrestrial television broadcasting is a global passion, with many more countries anxious to embrace the option. Not to be outdone by other countries, Nigeria made a bold step and commenced the DSO journey in earnest. After the initial hiccups, with just about 12 weeks timeline, Pinnacle Communications Limited moved to site, and within a space of about 11 weeks and some days, Pinnacle Communications Limited built from scratch the first DSO station in Pape, Abuja, against all odds, with support from its global partners Gates Air and Jampro Antennas Incorporated of Sacramento, both of the USA.
From what you can see at Pape, you'd have noticed that we've installed everything at the site without compromising quality and at the same time maintaining standards. And of course, we try to also prove to people that winning the bid to go out on this digital installation was not a fluke. We were given 90 days to install and commission a Pape station in Abuja, and I can tell you that within 90 days, without a tower standing, without a building, we were able to meet that target.
We had to break new ground, look for a new place, put up a new mast, and build from scratch.
And on 22nd December 2016, the federal government of Nigeria inaugurated the Abuja facility of Pinnacle Broadcast.
It is my special privilege and pleasure to launch this digital switchover for Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. Today, the 22nd day of December 2016, for the benefit of the people of Abuja and to the glory of God. The significance of this event cannot be lost on the world as the digital switchover becomes reality in the capital city of Africa's largest economy and its most populous nation. We are right to say that we stand at the threshold of very exciting times for job creation, entertainment, and in general, local and international commerce. I'm also pleased to note that the signal distributor for the Abuja switchover, Pinnacle Communications, is a wholly owned Nigerian company which has invested considerably in transmission services and will be transmitting 30 channels even in this first phase. Indeed, strong partnerships with the private sector is a defining strategy of our economic plan. This is as it should be.
We are now going into full gear to launch across the rest of the country and to commence the switch off. I've continued to reiterate on the high quality of the service that Pinnacle Communications, our signal distributor, has put up here today goes to confirm that our objective is not just to move customers and Nigerians from analog to digital in a simple technical sense, but to ensure a total overhaul of the whole TV watching experience and the economy around it.
That feat made it possible for the first time ever for ordinary residents of Abuja to enjoy fully digital signals on the terrestrial platform, with the Pinnacle facility delivering 30 channels 24/7.
They have done a marvelous job. Under eight weeks, this place was set up. And in less than 3 months, this station is running. And it's credible. It's unbelievable that a Nigerian company could do this particular feat.
If we look at the complexities of delivering digital television, from breaking earth, civil works, building buildings, providing digital infrastructure, towers, to name but a few, this normally involves, on a global scale, many companies that need to come together in unison to deliver this. Never have I seen a company with the capabilities of Pinnacle to be able to break earth and deliver all this technology and infrastructure to actually be on air in such a short period of time. There's only one company that I know that's capable of doing this, and this is Pinnacle Communications, a company based here in Nigeria, one of the most vibrant markets in the world. And it's truly an honor to work with Pinnacle Communications.
And I'm glad here to say that Content Guru of Channel, chairman of the Channels group, went to the site, and his comments were known to people that, very good job. So, and that spurred us into rushing into Kaduna, because he gave us good compliments on what he saw.
Exactly 1 year later, precisely on 22nd December 2017, the Kaduna Pinnacle facility was also inaugurated by the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai.
To the glory of God and for the progress of Nigeria, it is my honor and privilege to cut this, to declare this digital transmitting station open. The fact that one of the two recognized signal distributors is Kaduna-based and Kaduna indigenous is a source of pride for us. And we are very grateful to the government for conferring this status on Pinnacle Communications.
Pinnacle Communications Limited have installed the most modern state-of-the-art broadcast facilities to ensure that people in our state get access to the very best of the world of terrestrial television. For that, we must thank Sir Lucky Omolua, who has very exacting standards of performance. And in the near 30 years that I've known this self-effacing gentleman, I can attest to the fact that he has never wavered from those standards.
That we're here today is largely due to the dynamism of one uncommon patriot, the chairman of Pinnacle Communication. This is a man who has invested in this DSO, and I can tell you, yes, he's a businessman, but his motive is not just to make a profit. Within the next few weeks, we'll be rolling out in many more states as we seek to take the digital television experience to all the 6 geopolitical zones. We now have our 2 signal distributors in full operation mode. Our aggregation platform for channels, Free TV, is fast becoming a household name. Our setup box manufacturers have started local production, and we now have almost 1 million boxes supplied into the value chain.
For instance, Gombe is ready. We're just waiting for the roads, to come out, because the state government had promised that roads will be ready before completion. But as I speak to you, Gombe transmitter, all is ready, good to go. We're just waiting for the road. But then, government needs to do more in terms of money, release funds to us.
Pinnacle has forged ahead with Gombe, awaiting inauguration, and has deployed transmitters and equipment in 17 sites across the Federation. Pinnacle is fast-tracking the nationwide rollout as planned by the National Broadcasting Commission.
Welcome to Pinnacle Communications Digital Terrestrial Transmission Center in Gombe, Gombe State. We've installed state-of-the-art equipment for this program. We are ready to go, but we are waiting on government funding in order to put it on air. And I believe that once we are up in air, this project will generate massive employment for the citizens of this state. It is a state-of-the-art equipment that are installed comparable to anywhere in the world.
The DSO program is a welcome program. We in Gombe State, we welcome the digitalization program. All the stations in Gombe State will hook the digitalization program and will have the maximum benefit of watching more stations nationwide. So we welcome digitalization, and we believe with the assistance of Pinnacles, with what they have been doing on the ground, digitalization will come of age as far as Pinnacles is concerned, and we in Gombe State, we will give the necessary support needed by Pinnacles.
The transmitter hall is there in Warri with the mast, ditto in Oboluku. We need to critically plan within these two locations to effectively cover the whole of Delta State.
Comprehensive national coverage is expected to reach more than 50 million viewing homes and approximately 170 million people in 36 Nigerian states and the FCT, with a complete national digital switchover targeted for December 2021.
We've done 2 stations. As you well know, last week we ordered for another 12. We're looking at the end of 2021. Should have gone maybe 90–95%.
The dynamics of digital switchover, when fully operational, will ensure that Nigerians will be able to tune to free television after purchasing a ubiquitous decoder, and with only 1,500 naira per annum, watch over 30 channels, including foreign programs, dramas, latest news and sports, as well as entertainment of diverse kinds.
What I saw of Pinnacle is amazing. They have over 30 stations. They're hearing for free. There's none like it as far as the country is concerned. Now, of course, you know that the country is actually evolving from the analog to digital. Almost everything is actually computerized right now. But having a firm like a Pinnacle taking up the responsibility of even doing all of this, not taking much from the purse of Nigerians, it's something actually worth commending.
The generally global practice is that DSO cannot be complete in a nation if you do not cover up to 75% to 80% of the TV landscape. Now, we know it's capital intensive, and that is why we must commend the efforts of companies like Pinnacle and the ITS, where they are putting a lot of investment without necessarily getting anything in return for now. I mean, no businessman wants to keep putting in money and not getting returns in investment. It takes somebody who has a passion for what he's doing. And that is exactly what Pinnacle and ITS are doing today.
This key role becomes very, very crucial after the switch off of analog, and Pinnacle digital platform becomes the only source of terrestrial signal to viewers at home across Nigeria. So this is the critical role that without Pinnacle, the viewers would not be able to access the content of the content owners after analog switchover.
Because all the existing television stations will have to turn off their transmitters. Everybody will have to have a set-top box to be able to watch. I say if your TV is digital, that you can watch the signals as provided by the signal distributor to viewers all over Nigeria, free of charge. You buy your decoder at a very minimal rate, and you don't pay monthly charges. Maybe at the end of the year, you pay the end of the year charge, and you watch more than just 7 channels that you are used to. You're watching over 15 to 30 channels, free channels, thematic channels, news channels, movie channels, sports channels, music channels, all for free. The transmitting stations, once turned off, your TV cannot see the signal. Period. QED, no question asked. For you to access the viewing, the stations, you have to get a set-top box.
Evidently, citizens in Abuja, Kaduna, Jos, Enugu, Ilorin, are already on the digital platform, a testimony of a commitment to service by Pinnacle Communications Limited and the other licensed signal distributor, the Integrated Television Services (ITS), working with the National Broadcasting Commission to make the digital switchover a reality.
Pinnacle is working with ITS, the other signal distributor. They have now formed a purpose vehicle, which is free TV platforms, to take things further for us. So you are going to see an exponential improvement in the entire architecture of the DSO process, largely because companies like Pinnacle are part of the development. So it's a major victory for Nigeria.
Pinnacle serves as the fulcrum to make sure that our signals are distributed to the end user, who are the consumers. And so it's very, very vital that we have a Pinnacle making sure that this is possible. And that's what I know that Pinnacle has been doing. So they occupy a very, very important place in the value chain, without which, we produce the content. It has to go through some kind of engineering before it gets to the final consumer. So Pinnacle is the fulcrum for making sure that the distribution reaches everyone.
What Pinnacle is doing as a pioneer, because this is the first time we're doing such thing, and Pinnacle and ITSC are the pioneers building an integrated transmission headend for Nigeria. For us, our set-top box is a marriage. Without Pinnacle, we don't exist. Without the transmission stations, the box is a slave. What we produce is a box that allows people to receive the signal which is being generated by Pinnacle. So for us, it's a great stride. It's something that is commendable. I must commend Lucky. Lucky has done well in terms of being dogged and being focused.
When I look at what Pinnacle is doing now, where the position is as signal distributor, the role that they're playing in bringing the rest of the industry together, working across the board even with the other signal distributor to set up businesses that would enhance and develop the local growth of the industry. I'm very, very proud of it. It shows the clear path by a leader who is a leader not because people just pointed a finger, but if you look at the history of Pinnacle and what has brought them up to this point, they have carefully built stones that have brought them to a point where, whether you like it or not, they are a leader today in our industry. And then to see them cut across to now come into the place where the industry has lacked direction or funding or financing or people with capacity, which is in the actual broadcasting and monetization of content, is something that we're very, very proud of.
Think about it in the context of what is going on with the DSO. You have a company here that is very, very capable, not only on the side of the technical side of doing things, but on the financial side of doing things. A company that has invested heavily and will keep investing. And that gives assurance that going forward, you have a worthy partner, you have a worthy player that will keep this momentum going for success.
A comprehensive digital broadcast switchover would be consistent with President Buhari's determination to diversify the economy and create more jobs. It is widely recognized that a complete digital switchover such as Nigeria contemplates is bound to have a decisive impact on the Nigerian economy. A successful DSO will make Nigeria the largest digital television market in Africa and will also give an incredible leverage to film, music and drama productions, dividends of a digital economy.
DSO, Digital Switchover, has created an opportunity for us to show what we really can do in Nigeria and help to monetize our Nollywood, our music video industries, things that empower young people in this country, bring it together with what used to be broadcasting before, but is now digital broadcasting. And you see Pinnacle right there in the middle of that, tying all of this together to ensure that DSO is successful. It's already successful here compared to other parts in Africa. And you have to give Pinnacle a really nice ovation for their role, their leading role in this.
The media economy is around the culture of people, around the existence of people, and nobody else can do it for us except us. And this sector has been protected.
What you are going to discover is that the way television is being watched will be different. It's already different. If you look at the free TV platform in Abuja and in Kaduna, you see the quality of television. And this is what is going to be taken to all the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Today we have 195 million people in our country. So we're going to change the entire narrative of television, and then it's going to be offering new platforms to create new content. Nigeria is the heart of content in Africa, but we have only merely scratched the surface of our potentials. We're going to create newer and newer platforms of younger people creating new content for Nigeria. So there is a strategic imperative that we're creating new jobs and getting young people to use television to communicate their ideas and hopefully their patriotism for the Nigerian society.
Content is et up. Once you broadcast, you can't keep broadcasting the same thing. People get bored. So there's a constant thirst for new program, new things to view, and the program producers have got to be out there trying to produce it. And that will produce a lot of jobs in this country.
In spite lack of funds, considerable progress has been made and Pinnacle Communications Limited is charging forward. This is evident in the visit of technology partners of Pinnacle Communications Limited, Gates Air USA and Megahertz UK to Nigeria to further deliberate, encourage and reassure implementers of the DSO policy in June 2019. Pinnacle is investing extensively in equipment to speed up the rate of work in the analog switch-off and eventual digital switch-on until a nationwide coverage is achieved. To back words with actions, the chairman and CEO of Pinnacle, Sir Lucky Omolua, led a delegation of Pinnacle team executives to the headquarters of Gates Air in the USA, Gates Air SRL manufacturing facility in Italy, and Megahertz UK to discuss and reach agreements with existing partners and propose partnership to further Pinnacle Communications' plans for the successful delivery of its obligations under the digital switchover DSO in Nigeria. The visit afforded the Pinnacle team a facility tour and overview of Gates Air next generation transmitter designs, which will at once improve coverage, enhance signal quality, and reduce operating costs, notably energy bills and systems maintenance over time. Megahertz, a company in the United Kingdom and another major partner of Pinnacle Communications Limited, has demonstrated competence in its core area of systems integration with the completion of local head ends for the Nigerian DSO project.
We've gone around the factory and we're quite pleased with what we've seen so far. Equipment going to Nigeria on the DSO, that's a digital switch over.
Everything that I've seen has enhanced their reputation and impressed me greatly. Things that you would be surprised to see and be impressed to see in any country in the world, I've seen here. And the quality of installation, the quality of workmanship, the punctuality, the organizational efficiency is second to none in my personal experience.
If we talk about in terms of quality of the infrastructure that have been deployed, it can be compared to any other quality infrastructure all over the world. It's a top-class infrastructure, and I see Pinnacle replicating those structures all around Nigeria.
The point must be made that Pinnacle has shown good faith on the digital switchover project, and it has made practical commitments by its investments and by the efforts to roll out qualitative infrastructure across the country.
The DSO is estimated to create over 50,000 direct jobs and another over 500,000 indirect jobs emanating from the new set-top box local manufacturers, over 200 new television stations and numerous local content production companies that will serve as feedstock for these new 24-hour television channels. The positive impact in the labor market, youth empowerment, creative industry and manufacturing sector can only be imagined. The Nigerian digital switchover will be the largest initiative of its kind in Africa. Upon completion, the immense scale of this system will serve as an impressive blueprint for any broadcaster strategizing a complex national DTV transition. Pinnacle Communications Limited is proud to be in the saddle of such a challenging and rewarding project taking shape in the heart of Africa, with the entirety of the system built and developed by Nigerians. Prospectively, what Nigeria has on her hands is a cultural explosion of revolutionary proportions. The digital switchover would positively impact the Nigerian film industry and contribute to the growth of the economy, making Nigeria the biggest digital television market in Africa.
My vision is that this digital TV will move Nigeria forward in the sense that it will create more jobs. Our youth will have more things to do, like nowadays. You remember those days when the Nollywood actors were number 2 all over the world, would have to go through maybe 1 or 2 producers. But now they can actually come up with their program on telly, provided they're able to settle with the regulators. And with that, you're creating more jobs. So I see a situation where digital revolution will help Nigeria a great deal.
With Pinnacle Communications Limited in the driver's seat, the DSO project is in safe hands, and it is just a matter of time before the entire country is covered and consumers can, with the push of a button, and television contents from within the country and around the world are beamed directly to them. This is the dream, and Pinnacle Communications Limited is committed to making it a reality.
Pinnacle, your access to quality digital broadcast content worldwide.